Hello, I am Kruti Upadhyay, a member of CDC, and today we have Haritha with us. So we can start with a brief introduction.
So, hello, I'm Harita, a computer science engineering graduate from IIT Dharwad. I graduated in the year 2024 and I'm an incoming SDE at Texas Instruments.
Okay, so what was the selection process like at Texas Instrument?
Okay, so the first process was resume selection, but it was not actually a criteria. Everyone was given the task of writing a test. So the test was basically an MCQ test, which was divided into 5 6 sections. All the concepts like DBMS, OS, Java, Python were asked. After that, and most importantly, aptitude was asked. After that, there was interview. There was just one round of interview where all of us were interviewed, and finally 4 to 5 were shortlisted.
Uh, okay, so the next question is that how did you prepare for the internship, and are there any resources or books that you would like to suggest?
So I mainly used YouTube, and the main thing which helped me was that I used to participate in a lot of hackathons and competitions conducted by even IIT Dharwad, like in the Parsec, things like DevHack. They have helped me a lot. Also, other IITs conduct various tech fests, so I have also participated in them, and then Inter IIT. So all these things majorly helped me. Other than that, YouTube and guidance from seniors. So there's no specific book or resource, but mainly YouTube and seniors guidance.
Okay, when you talk about hackathons, like where did you participate the hackathons on? Like, did you go to any online platforms or were they mainly just colleges?
So mainly they were one I participated from IIT Mandi. So it was again a tech fest. We get mails through the General Secretary Technical Affairs, right? So using that, you can go ahead and look for whatever you want to participate in. That's how I participate.
Yeah. Okay. So my next question is, how did your academic background and projects contribute to your internship?
So academic background. So several internships require a minimum CPI criteria, which is generally around 8. So having a good academic background is definitely beneficial for even internships placements. You'll definitely be given a higher priority, at least for the first round. And it may also help you later when you feel like going for higher studies. It may also help you in that time. So definitely, uh, you should aim for a good academic background. Other than that, if you're only looking for placements, then around 8 CPI would be fine. Um, yeah, that's it.
What about the projects? Like, how did the projects like?
Yeah, projects, mainly the research projects I have done, they were almost like ML plus web dev. So they helped me a lot in my interview process. I learned several technicalities, new functions, new tools from them, which helped me in my final interview process.
Okay. So what kind of projects did you work on during your internship?
Okay, so my first internship was data science related. So I basically made a pipeline to predict the emotion of a person using audio visual features. The next internship was in software development, where I created a tool for automating the software testing process. That was using Next and Laravel frameworks. So those helped me again in my Texas Instruments interview. Uh, After that, I again did one more internship in ML. So I've been switching between ML, SD, ML, SD, because both the fields I enjoy quite a lot. And they have definitely helped me in my final interview process.
Okay. What were the biggest challenges that you faced during your internship, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so the biggest challenge was there were several times when we would be given a task and it would be solely dependent on us to take it forward. But since we are just an intern, and for me being my first internship, it was really difficult to decide what to do on next and how to proceed from a given point. So at that time, the only thing you can do, or at least I did, is talk to my peers, and if not, ask lot of questions to your mentor. It'll show that you're interested in the project and you have several ways of doing a particular thing. So mainly interact a lot with your mentor. That helped a lot.
Yeah, that's nice to know. Okay, so the next question is, what technical skills do you think were crucial to your role at Texas Instruments?
Okay, so the role is for SDE. So in my interview, I was mainly asked questions regarding front end development, React, JavaScript, some technicalities of JavaScript, and my previous internship experiences and the tools, technologies I'm comfortable with.
Okay, were there any specific courses or extracurricular activities that you've done in college that helped you for your internship?
Are you talking in acad? Yeah, okay, in academic. So in extracurriculars, in academics would be, again, I said, participating in several competitions, even though it is out of your academic syllabus and you would have to put in that extra effort, but doing that will really help you a lot in the long run. Don't make yourself too stressed out, but don't keep yourself too free as well. You can do at least 1 2 extra things other than your regular curriculum. So extracurricular those, and also you can take some courses like uh, from Coursera, Unacademy. So just for starting, but once you get some clue about the topic, better to go and do some project or do some project under professors, reach out to other seniors and try something. So yeah.
Okay, what mistakes should one avoid when applying for an internship?
Okay, mistakes. The first thing is people generally don't apply for internships in their second year thinking they don't know anything or they won't get selected. That's the first thing. So you should apply to whatever you get, at least in the second year, so that at least some experience in a particular domain will help you decide whether you want to go ahead with it or change your domain. So that is one main thing. Other than that, resume is very important. So you should have a particular template for a resume. So better to ask seniors for guidance on the resume template and how to organize the resume, what to put in it. That is very important. Once you get into the resume shortlisting, the main thing you have to do is just focus on your skills and what the role is for. Focus on those topics and just improve yourself.
Yeah, okay. So the next question is that what future trends in technology do you think are important to focus on for someone entering the field just now?
Okay, so these days AI is a lot in the buzz. AI is replacing uh, a lot of workforce. So AI definitely. Um, Other than that, there's also cybersecurity, which is growing a lot. So these two fields I feel are quite on the trend right.
Yeah, so you said that you've done projects in ML and internships in those areas. So if a person wants to build a career in that domain, how should one proceed?
Which domain? Either of them.
Yeah,
Okay, so in your first, in as I said, in your second year, you can do an internship in that particular domain. So that in your third year, when you apply for the internship, it will your previous experience in the same domain will boost your chances of selection. That is one thing. Then continue doing projects in that domain so that you learn various things from in that particular domain, because one domain is not just restricted to 1 2 topics. So you can learn a lot of things in that domain, and finally at the end your final, if you're looking for placement, it is all dependent upon the interview, and you so every interview consists of some questions which is other than the experience question. So those you have to be very good to crack at, and after that your experience will definitely matter a lot. So mainly focus on various topics of your domain and have your basics very clear. Many people just use ChatGPT and they don't understand the actual concept behind a code. So make sure at least you understand what you're doing, and what you're doing, you're thorough at it. If that is done, then your interview and your experiences will be really helpful in your final.
yeah. And when it comes to interviews for internships and placements, how important is DS?
Okay, so a software role, DSA is the first round usually. Um, so there are several companies will ask different difficulties. DSA, you have to start practicing from let's say second year. First start with say one question daily, and then slowly increase the level. DSA, the first step to get into any interview selection process is the DSA. So make sure that is very strong. You can start doing by CodeChef, Codeforces, and LeetCode mainly. So these three platforms will help you a lot, and be consistent. That is very important, because if you do one sum in say one week and then you forget the concept, so make sure to be consistent. At least one question daily you must do to be very confident with that, because that's the first very important step in software at least.
Yeah, and for DSA, like there are various sheets. For example, like people follow Strivers and those things.
Yeah.
So, would you prefer to use those sheets or just do like how exactly should one proceed with DSA?
Okay, so you can take one sheet, but make sure you stick to that. You shouldn't have like 5 6 sheets and then you start doing first 5 questions of all the sheets, because it may happen that the topics are same for all the sheets. So you will not be able to explore various topics. So if you're sticking to a sheet, then stick to one sheet. Other than that, daily question of LeetCode is also a really good way to start. Especially the easy questions you can try to do daily. The difficult ones you can slowly, after say 6 months or say 6 months or 8 months, you should be able to crack the difficult questions as well. So if you're sticking to a sheet, just stick to that one sheet. Don't go to several sheets. If you're just doing on your own, then it is better to first do a daily question and then topic wise. So there are several sheets like NeetCode. There's one website, so you can use such websites for topic wise, for increasing your strength in each topic.
Okay, so do you have any advice to give to the juniors?
Okay, so the first thing would be don't be too casual. Start your DSA or other projects or something. Like, don't just be idle and just stick to your course curriculum. Other than that, it's definitely important for you to do some DSA. If you're aiming for software, then you should definitely do a lot of DSA. Go for some projects, for some research projects. If you don't get any internships, definitely go for some research projects. Participate in several competitions. That will also enable teamwork, and you'll get a lot of ideas from different people. So that is very important. Yeah, so these three. And just be consistent in whatever you're doing.
Okay, Lavanya, do you have any questions?
Yes. Hi, Didi.
Hi.
You talked about having a robust resume. So, what do you think
Yeah.
should be included in the resume? And is there any specific template you have followed?
Yeah, so the template I followed is again, I got it from my seniors. It is a very plain template without the picture of the candidate and without unnecessary details like address, etc. And the format of the resume, it has so the main things are so they don't want your academic history like 10th 12th, all of that. So mainly what they look for is your current qualification. So it's, if you don't have place in your resume and if it's going beyond a page, then it's better to cut down these details of education. Better to just have like BTech, for example. The 10th 12 marks don't matter that much. Other than that, mainly your projects, what you have done, your internship should come on the top, and then your achievements and extracurriculars, a few if you have any. So that is, and make sure it doesn't go beyond a page. That is the main thing I follow.
Okay, thank you so much. Another question is that whenever juniors come into the college, they have one major question, that is, how do I know where I'm interested in? So, how would you tell them to sort this out?
Okay, so at least what I did was, when you enter college, the first year would be all same courses for every branch. So that time you can start. Generally, people start with web development because it takes less time to get a feel of the field. So start with web development, and you can do say 1 2 projects, or you can see YouTube videos and do a project on web development. Then you can move on to another topic like artificial intelligence or machine learning. You can do 1 2 Coursera course, the Andrew NG course, or any course offered by the professor. So So you can move on to that, and then you can see which you're interested in. If you are not interested in both, you can try out some other domain like cybersecurity. So try out all the domains at least for a few months, and then you'll get a hang of what you're interested in. And mainly start with people start with web development because it takes less time for knowing how the field exactly works and what is expected from it.
Okay. You have done multiple internships. So could you just list out the internships you did, where you did, and at what year did you get it, and how did you approach the internship? Like, how did you get the internship?
Okay, so the first internship was at the end of my second year in the summer vacation. Um, I got it through CDC. Um, the second one was after my third year in the summer vacation. That was through a referral, and my placement is through CDC.
Okay, could you tell us something more about referral? Like, how should we approach the person we are asking a referral? Whom should we ask for a referral? And how important is to get a referral?
Okay, so referral is definitely important, especially when you see that you're not getting anything through CDC. Then definitely referral is the go-to option. So you can ask referral from many of your seniors who are working in some company or some domain of your interest. Also, some professors are mainly related to the industry quite a lot. So you should ask around and know such professors and look for referrals in their field particularly. Other than that, you can also go for LinkedIn, where you can search for people, or you can look for HRs of some company in a role which you are interested in, and you can contact them. They may take some time to reply, but those are a few ways. Also, cold emails are there. But the fastest way, which I feel, is either professors or your seniors and peers.
Okay, my next question would be like you talked about LinkedIn. So how should we leverage leverage LinkedIn to get an internship or placement? Like, what should we include in it? What should we mention?
Okay, so I also tried LinkedIn for my third year internship, but I did not get I did not get responses at all. So the only thing you can keep doing is following up with that same person until you get a response. So that is what I did, but I did not get much response from LinkedIn. It was all just cold emails, and if you follow back few people, you do get responses. Just definitely follow up.
Okay, so as you are from AI/ML background, so there are many people interested in this field. So what advice would you give to those people who are specifically aiming to build a career in AI/ML? Like, what should they do from starting? How should they proceed? How should they pick up the projects? How should they build up the resume? Whom should they approach for the placement and internships?
Okay, so the first thing is from the first year, first take the machine learning course of Andrew Ng. That is the main basic course which will give you an idea of the field. There are also 1-2 projects at the end which you can do for getting the practical implementation or how it is used in practical world. Then you can go for some research projects, because AI/ML, there are several projects our professors offer in this field. So you can go for research projects in these domains. There are several professors in IIT Dharwad itself. You can also look for professors from other colleges if you don't find our professors' projects interesting. So that is one thing. Other than that, as I again said, definitely participate in Inter-IIT, in the Parsec, TechMeet, and in TechMeets of various other colleges. You will also get a chance to visit them sometimes, and also you can build your peer group and also learn a lot from the teamwork and the new ideas. So that, and finally, when you're applying for internships, for your second year, definitely apply for anything that you get. But for the third year, if you feel like you want to just stick to AI and get a placement in AI, it is better to do an internship in the third year in the AI field. But as I said, you can do it in any field. Make sure your resume has more of AI than software if you want to finally get a placement or go for higher studies in AI.
Okay. Last question. Looking back, is there anything you regret doing or not doing?
So DSA, I started very late. I mean, I started at my third year. That too in the like almost mid of third year. So that is something I regret. If I had started it earlier, could have had better chances at other companies also. That is one major thing I regret. Other than that, nothing.
Okay, I think that's it from my side. Thank you so much for being with us today. It was really nice talking to you. I
Thank
hope
you.
we'll keep in touch.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.